Black, pretty grim tune. One of the darkest songs out there. You know, basically, well, you can read the notes about, you know, the lyrics paint a pretty grim picture, obviously. But great song, fun song to play, very powerful tune. It's got some interesting rhythms going on in it and some interesting interesting techniques. It mostly had, especially some very backwards techniques, so we'll talk about that a little bit when we get into the picking part of it, but what I like to have people do in Paint It Black is learn to pick an alternating pattern. We do this in lots of songs, alternating picking, but this time we're going to be picking down on the ands and up on the beats. So the song goes way against the grain for a reason I'll explain when we get into the break it down segment of it. So we're dealing with a song here in 4/4 time, pretty straightforward, and again the rhythm is heavily syncopated with all of the accents happening on the ups. So if I was just strumming, I'm strumming a D5 here chord with A in the bass. I'll get to that in just a second. But all those upstrokes would be hit on the ands of measures. So I'm going down and missing the strings or hitting dead strings on the beat, and then strumming up, it'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. There's the intro. We'll come back and talk about it in just a minute. But the main thing we're doing in Paint It Black is playing a D chord. We're calling it D5 because we're not really playing the first string, and we're also calling it D5 with A in the bass because we need to hear 4 strings, the D, the A, the open D, and the open A as part of it. Hey, so in Paint It Black, pretty easy strumming but some unusual techniques, and let's start breaking it down a little bit, one measure at a time right now. Again, something unusual that's going to happen in the intro. It starts, all the melody notes, we're playing this melody. Again, we're doing this without a capo, not in the same key, same fingering they used, but not with capo with the 3rd fret, which will put you as close as we can get to being in tune with them. Anyway, we've got this little melody that is the main vocal part of the song. That's the theme. Just like in Norwegian Wood, also played on sitar, we play the melody. Anyway, so in Paint It Black, we're going to be the introduction. We're going to be picking through that melody, and something really, again, unusual. The melody notes which are on the beats are going to be picked as ups, and the reason for this is you're going to be alternating between a high string and then coming back to the low D string as the constant drone note hit on the end of every beat. And so in this case, it's much more efficient and sounds better to hit the melody note D as an up and then the bass note D as a down. Part of the reason this is important is when we hit 2 strings later on, a couple notes into it, by the 3rd melody note, we're hitting 2 notes. We want that to be an up because we want the highest note to be more prominent than the 2nd string. And so if we played it as a down, if I hit those 2 notes like that, it's kind of a subtle difference, but if I hit it up, I get the higher one louder. If I hit it as a down, I get the lower one louder.